visited South Dakota twice, and I can truly say that once you've been there, it becomes a lasting part of you. Um, I know I'll never forget it, and I'd love to go back. It's beautiful. But the beauty of the Badlands, for example, is astonishing, and the majesty of Mount Rushmore is inspiring. And the Native American heritage seems so alive and vibrant there today, or did when I was there. The last time would have been about 1997. Yeah. But and who could ever forget Wall Drugs there in Rapid City, on the far southwestern corner. Awesome place, like walking back through time almost. No, good girl. That was Juno. Anyway, South Dakota became the 40th state when it joined the Union on November 2nd in 1889, and indeed has added richly to the blessings that God bestowed on this, that is, in my opinion, the greatest nation that's ever existed on the face of the planet Earth, even though it's having problems right now. But not surprisingly, I have the most images from the Badlands, because I think it's probably one of the most popular destinations there, although there are a lot of very, very popular destinations there. So let's look at the first postcard on our tour, okay? Now, the Badlands National Monument was created by Franklin Delano Roosevelt, president, in 1938. And here, pictured on this card, is a curve on the highway which leads through the Badlands, and this gives a small taste of the rustic landscape as the road winds its way through there. Next up, this is simply titled Dante's Delight, and this is Cedar Pass. And again, you can see the strange and fantastic, unexplainable, almost freaks of nature, according to the postcard back, created by prehistoric erosion, but it wasn't erosion, it was Noah's flood. But I'm sure some people will disagree with me on that, and that's all right. Now here, a car winds its way along the top of Bigfoot Pass. I like the name of that place, Bigfoot Pass. Hard to say for sure, but the car looks like it's from the 1930s to me. Here again, you can see the striation of the rock there where sediment was deposited from the Great Flood. So, a beautiful place right there. Now, this geological formation that I'm showing you now is in Dillon Pass. Now, I visited this with my son and daughter back in 1997, and she was about 7 years old, right around there, and she was small, quite petite, and had a sweet little voice, and I remember her sitting on the edge of the road by me, and she looked out across all this and she said, "It's so big," as she stared out across that expanse and at those curious formations. It must have looked immense to her. So, but here we have Cedar Canyon, and this is the first view of the Badlands traveling west. It gives the tourist a starting and impressive introduction to this wonderland with its stratified walls and marked resemblance to the Grand Canyon of the Colorado, and it has acquired the additional name of the Little Grand because of its resemblance. And the colors here are incredible, absolutely incredible. They are the postcards of this era. Most of these are from the 30s and 40s. A couple of them you're going to see are a little older, but they used pastels, and the colors don't really look natural, but they are very pretty. But the natural colors are amazing. The colors of the postcard, I guess it's pretty close. Here we have the dinosaur playground, again from the Bigfoot Pass, and it's as you look at the different crevices and things, and probably caves that are in there, it is easy to imagine the elusive Sasquatch or Bigfoot holding up there in the Badlands of South Dakota, because he could easily hide out there undiscovered for a very long time. It is big. It is a big place. This is a colorful view of Lead, South Dakota, where much gold was recovered. Well, and I'd imagine lead too, thus the name. But there was a lot of mining done in this area. So that's Lead, South Dakota. And here are some of the fruits of the labor from lead. These gold brought, I was going to say bars, but they're actually blocks that were worth about $125,000 at the time that this card was being sold. I should have looked up what that would be in today's, but it would be astronomical. This was said to be just a few days cleanup from the Homestake Mine at Lead, South Dakota. This is Sylvan Lake at Custer State Park in the Black Hills. Custer State Park is an awesome place where buffalo roam and wild donkeys or burros and all kinds of other animals. It was a fascinating place to visit and well worth your time to, if you're out there, to go and see. But Sylvan Lake. As you can see in this postcard, again with the pastel colors, that buffaloes abounded in Custer State Park out there, and at least in 1997 when I was out there, the last time, they still did. Short, quick story about the buffalo out there. We were driving down a dirt road there in Custer State Park, and there were buffalo all over, on the road and around and off to the side. And so we pulled up fairly close to them and turned off the van that we were in, because we were going to watch them, and maybe get some close-up pictures. We got more close-up pictures than you could imagine, because slowly they started coming towards the van. And eventually they totally encircled it. And there was no way we could get out of there until they decided it was time that they were going to leave. Didn't want to start the van and cause them to panic, that's for sure. But it was interesting. There's still buffalo there to see, and they're amazing, impressive animals. But when you see them up close, awesome. And they taste good too. I shouldn't have said that, sorry. But they do. Okay, anyways, this is a magnificent sight and reminder of the great men of God used to forge our nation. They are on Mount Rushmore. And the brief message from the card sender, just a simple little thing. It reads, "We're out in the Black Hills of South Dakota. It's sort of cool here. I've gotten some Indian moccasins." And that was the whole text of what she sent to the recipient of the card. But yeah, Mount Rushmore, amazing. You wouldn't believe how big it actually is until you get right up to it, which we did twice, and then we camped on the other side of the mountain 2 nights, which was really cool. Anyways, I digress. I'm sorry. This postcard, copyrighted 1908, reads, "Wild Bill, winner of 32 pistol duels, the quickest and best shot that ever lived." And he is buried at Mount Moriah Cemetery in Deadwood in the Black Hills of South Dakota. Interesting image of Wild Bill. I had not seen that one before. And then where would Wild Bill have been without Calamity Jane? So another character of the Old West. She was in Wild Bill Cody's Wild West show, and she was General Crook's servant. Just a very colorful character from those days of the Old West, and they're in South Dakota. Indeed, a handsome woman. And again, dealing with both Wild Bill and Calamity Jane. This is where they were buried at. I said it was at Mount Moriah Cemetery in Deadwood, South Dakota. These are their graves. Uh, Wild Bill's down here with the statue, and then Calamity Jane's is up above it. So, pretty cool. And lastly, my favorite card of the bunch, although I like them all. Now this one is considerably older than, actually I think it's around 1900, but nothing in it exists today, I'm sure. But still it speaks to the determined men and women who settled in that area. This is titled, They Call Us Honeyakers. And I'd never heard the word honeyyaker before, but a quick Google search, of course, solved the mystery for me. Historically, honeyyak referred to an immigrant homesteaders stubbornly farming hardscrabble or hard-pan land considered better suited to livestock ranching. And these guys looked like they had it sort of rough. And now you're seeing two close-ups of that particular postcard, close-ups of the four men that were there. They had to be true diehards, because you can imagine living in a little shanty that small with three other guys. Wouldn't be pleasant. Anyways, that's what I have for you on this trip, on this tour. Got a lot more to show you, not of South Dakota, but other states and towns. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed this, and hope to see you again real soon. God bless.